went straight down the middle. Then it started to hook just a wee, wee bit. And that's when my caddy lost sight of it. That little white pellet has never been found to this day.
Hi, this is Kelly Elbin with Golf Life Navigators. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Voices of the Game, featuring many of the great golf writers who have seen just about everything when it comes to golf. Today we're joined by the one and only Bob Bubka. More than 35 years of covering golf throughout the world. Bob Bubka, you've seen and spoken to a lot of the great players living, but you have a story today about a true legend of the game who's no longer with us, but this story I think is timeless.
Well, thank you, Kelly, for having me on, and I love sharing this story because there's so many aspects to it. It begins, and this was being told by Gene Sarazen, actually on his 85th birthday. And Gene said that when he won the PGA Championship in 1922, it was recommended to take full advantage of achieving such a lofty goal that he would have to incorporate the advertising, the business, side of golf through being involved in Manhattan. But they encouraged him not to live in Manhattan. They said it was too dangerous. They told him to live on Long Island.
And again, Bob, not a lot of money for actually winning the championship, correct?
Well, good point there. And that's why he was looking for added source of revenue. So he began taking the train into Manhattan. And he said after a few days, he noticed a rather attractive lady get on the train. He witnessed that for about 3 days, and he said he couldn't take it anymore, so he walked up to her, and he said, "Hi, I'm Gene Sarazen. I just won the PGA Championship. I would love to take you out to lunch." She very firmly, politely declined the invitation. That was the end of it. 60 years, 6-0, goes by. Gene Sarazen said he was at the Masters, standing under the oak tree back of the clubhouse, when somebody from inside said, "Mr. Sarazen, somebody'd like to say hello." He walked into the clubhouse. He said he got 10 feet away from a table with a lady sitting there, and he automatically recognized her as the lady from the train. So she says, "Mr. Sarazen, thank you for stopping by to say hello. I just wanted to apologize for not accepting your lunch date so many years ago, but my parents had told me I was strictly not allowed to go out with strangers." And Gene says, "Oh, don't worry. It's just exciting to see you again after all these years." And Gene turned to walk away. And the lady said, "Excuse me, Mr. Sarazen, I'd like to just introduce myself to you." And he said, "Okay." She said, "Hi, I'm Dolores Hope." Gene Sarazen actually asked Bob Hope's wife, Dolores, out before Bob Hope ever met her.
Unbelievable.
I just think the human nature of it, and with Bob Hope doing so many wonders for the sport of golf, it was incredible. I had an interview with Bob Hope, which I still cherish to this day, and one of the lighter aspects of knowing Bob and Dolores was when Bob turned 97, his wife Dolores said, "Bob, you're going to have to tell me where you want to be buried when something finally happens." Bob looked at her and said, "Dolores, surprise me." And that was Bob Hope, but a true lover of the game of golf, did a lot of good for servicemen everywhere, but his true passion was golf.
Bob, you can still see him with those USO tours holding that driver in hand.
Exactly. I mean, he loved it, and he loved our country, he loved our flag, he loved the troops that were fighting for our freedom, and he loved the sport of golf. He couldn't play enough of it. Wasn't that bad, actually. Pretty good at playing, and a true legend, that's for sure.
No question about two great golfing legends, I believe both in the World Golf Hall of Fame, Gene Sarazen and Bob Hope. And Bob Bubka, thank you for all the passion that you've shown this game through the years, with many more to come. And thank you for spending a few minutes on the Voices of the Game today. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
but it went straight down the middle.